There's nothing. There she's laughing because she knew what I was going to say. There's nothing like being behind the scenes. And she has this quasi kind of like green in the background type of thing kind of happening back there. And you're looking at the one and only Dawn Bates, by the way. But, I never read the bio because I always send that to you guys. That's what I do. But let's just ask Dawn. Let's ask the question. Who is Dawn? And more importantly, what are you up to these days, Dawn?
Well, I guess it depends on who you ask who I am, because some might tell you that I'm a bit daft. Some people, oh, she's really inspiring. Others like, she's a machine. But I'm just Dawn, doing Dawn, yeah. And I guess, you probably need a few labels like author and author strategist and publisher and sailor girl and dance floor queen from back in the day. A few more years than I probably care to remember, to be honest. But yeah, and I'm just currently in Brazil writing another book and helping other people write their books. So yeah, that's kind of who I am and what I'm up to.
I love that. And we were behind the scenes, and you were sharing one of the reasons that it's important to just be free, to be yourself and be who you are. And my takeaway was that you don't have to be a carbon copy of someone else. You can just be yourself no matter what's going on in your life. Why is that one of your philosophies, to live just being Dawn and who you are and put a big smile on your face?
Well, one, you have to remember too much if you're trying to be someone else, and I haven't got the mental capacity to remember. And this is the thing, like, why not be yourself? Yeah. Why would you want to be someone else, really? What's wrong with who you are? And I just don't understand people that want to be someone other than who they are. I mean, like I said, the mental capacity it takes to pretend to be someone else, but also we're all pretty amazing, and we've all got a purpose here. So why not live it and giggle your way through it? Don't know. Yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah. And when you say giggle your way through it, which is very important, at a time where a number of folks are going through something that's serious, COVID-19 is serious. You found a place to appreciate what you have and appreciate what's going on, and to be in a place of what I would call gratitude. Talk about the spirit of gratitude and why that's so important to you. And we're in the green room, so I'm asking that because y'all going to find later that she's like really free-flowing, but I want you to know that she has this whole thing, what I would call, you look at her stuff, this whole spirit of gratitude. I think that's the overtone of it. So talk a little bit about the spirit of gratitude and why that's important for what you do.
Well, I just think that, when you look around the world and you look at some of the stuff that's going on, and here we are, I've got a roof over my head, I've got clothes on my back, I've got food in the kitchen. Some people don't have that. And when I was in Buenos Aires and we were in this lockdown, day by day, I saw more and more homeless people going up on the streets. And one of the things that really struck me about these people that were becoming homeless was just how grateful they were that they had a mattress. And they would make their own bed every single day. And it didn't matter that it was on the street. Their space around them, Shay, was as tidy as you could imagine. They made their bed every single day because they were grateful that they had the bed. They were grateful that they had a mattress to sleep on and a sleeping bag. It didn't matter that it was outside, that it was dirty. They were just so grateful. And when I lived out in Egypt and the things I saw there, like the people being massacred during the uprising, life can go just like that any minute. My ex-husband had a brain tumor. He could have gone at any moment. Women die during pregnancy, but we take it for granted. But it's a miracle every single time a woman gives birth. Why would we not be grateful for what we have? Why would we not want to be ourselves? Like, to answer your question before, because look at what's going on underneath our skin. Well, obviously you can't look at what's going on underneath the skin because your skin's there, but you get my picture, you get the point, right? You have like all your nerve endings are kicking off, and you've got all this blood pumping and this oxygen pumping around your body, and you've got all these neurons firing, your eyes are processing everything. Well, if you're sighted, if you're blind, they're not. And you've got hearing, you've got taste, you've got smell. You can feel stuff, and then your lungs and your heart and your liver, your kidneys, and all of this is going on. And it's just like, oh my God, you don't even have to think about all that stuff working, and it's working. So why would you not be grateful to be alive? And why would you not love yourself just on that basis alone? Pretty much.
Said so well, just on that basis alone.
Thank you so much.
For those folks that are out there just having a good time, look, you're with the one and only Dawn Bates. Angel Lovelace says she loves that. Pamela Richardson is out there. She's watching. She says, to God be the glory. For those folks that are watching right now, you're at the right place at the right time. Don't worry. When we come back, I'm going to ask about this whole topic, the Trilogy of Life. Like, if you haven't seen the book, what is it? Why is it? What's going on? We're going to get to that in a few minutes. Kim, you're at the right place. Daryl, thanks for joining in. Look, we got a show. I know we're in the green room. We got a show. We got to get going in. 5. It's my favorite part, y'all. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll be back in just a moment. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome, as I always like to say, to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower, our mission is to inspire, and our mission is to provide you, that's right, you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute the big, big, big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And I always say I believe you have 3 visions, by the way. I believe first you have a vision for yourself, the way you want to live, the clothes you want to wear. You was just listening a few moments ago, and she was kind of sharing what she's seeing in her perspective. And there's a certain way that you want, and it takes resources to live that way. It takes resources to do what you want to do. And then the second vision you have a vision for your loved ones. We were talking behind the green room about things that we expect. And some of you want to write a check for a cause you believe in. Some of you want to send your kids to a school of your choice. Some of you just want to spend time with the loved ones the most. And for you to do that, it takes resources. And then the third vision you have is a vision for the people you were called to serve. And I always said, imagine that you're this character named Noah in the Bible. I'm a believer. You don't have to be, but I'm a believer. I'm not going to pose my faith on you. But if you're a believer, and even if you're not, you read the good book, and it says in there, a guy named Noah. And imagine you're Noah, and right before you get started, you're on this mission. And God's giving you experience. He's giving you expertise. And right before you get started, there's a knock at the door. And someone says, Noah, over here. There are no nails in the house. You understand that. You with it. You're laid out and clear. No nails. It's okay. Then there's another knock at the door. You're like, what? No nails. No nails. Need to report no nails. No hammer. No nails. You're in a jam right now. But how many of y'all know it's that third knock at the door? And someone says, Noah, there's no wood and there's no people. Good luck. And maybe that's where you are. You need this type of conversation right now to stir you, to be grateful, to be in a place that you need to be in, to have the resources necessary to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. We have the one and only Dawn Bates in the house. What's up, Dawn? How are you doing?
I'm really well, thank you, Shay. How are you?
She got that big smile on her face, ladies, and that's how she really is. Let me tell you, we was in the room before the green room, and that's how she was rolling. She came on here smiling like, who is Shay Brown? I'm like, huh? Am I being interviewed? Who's the real Shay Brown? What is Shay Brown really up to? What do you like to do for fun? I was like, whoa, nobody's ever asked me that. No many people tell me how great they are. And she had a different approach. And Don, I wanna ask you, and we'll get into the trilogy. Did I get that right? I've been practicing that
Trilogy
word.
of Life Itself.
Trilogy of Life. We're gonna get into that. But take a moment before you tell them why that topic and why that's important. Why is it you always asking questions about the other person and you have an interest no matter where you go in other people and not just yourself? I'm just curious. It has nothing to do with what we're going to talk about, but that was kind of different. Nobody's ever done that. They always want to make sure I got their resume and stuff in front of me, but not Dawn. She said, what's up with you, Shay? Why is that so important to you?
Well, I could say, that my mother raised me well, and she's in my head saying have some manners and be polite, which she is actually pretty much most of the time. But it's just nice to show an interest in other people. The more you learn about other people, the more you learn about yourself. And it's not all about me. This is a conversation between the two of us. We're dancing in the conversation, are we not?
Yes, we are. Indeed, we are. And you picked this topic, it's the topic of your book. Tell us about about the topic, and tell us a little bit about the purpose and the mission of the book that you've written. And you've written so many of them. I'm talking about the Trilogy of Life, okay? Let's stay at least on this one right now.
Yeah, that was funny when I was like, how many have I written now? I don't know. I've kind of forgotten. I write so many. Well, the Trilogy of Life Itself is 3 books. And the first one was to cover rural racism, social stereotypes, rural racism, and raving and religion. And like I said, it was more of a flippant comment. Oh, if anybody asks me this question again, I'm just going to write a book. And then the second one was about my life in Egypt during the uprising and what it was like living out there. And then Crossing the Line, the final book in the trilogy, was all about the police corruption in Scotland. And that was a bit of a juicy one. But again, it's just like, I don't like bullies, I don't like injustice, and I don't like ignorance. And, people are quite nosy. So why not take the subjects that I love, like community cohesion and cultural diversity, leadership and standing for justice and being a nice person and sharing knowledge, because I'm a bit of a geek. Why not write a book that, allows people to enjoy all of it and learn at the same time, but also be nosy and find out about someone else's life? It's edutainment, as a friend of mine calls it.
No, that's spot on. And where does passion come from? You just wake up one day and say, you know what? I got a passion for this. Where do you think this desire, this burning desire that you have to share this message across all mediums, across all ages, across all races, across all economic status? I mean, it's a great book, and the 3 together, obviously. But where did this passion come from to write this type of book?
I don't think it comes from any one place, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. It's, where I grew up, they even made a TV documentary series called The Day the Immigrants Left, which I thought was pretty amusing. I mean, I came up with 20 things that would actually come out of that, and every single one of them was spot on. But again, when I was at school, there was a girl called Catherine. She was the only black girl in my class. And then there was another girl called Ella, who was also the only black girl in my class, but she was proper black. She wasn't just nearly black, she was proper black. And that was the thing. It was like, well, what does it matter what colour she is? Mm-hmm. She's just a really nice person and she makes me laugh. So I really quite like her. She's my friend, so leave her alone, And then you'd start to see people locally that go, oh, well, they're from Romania or they're from Lithuania, and like, we don't want them around here, or they're Polish, or you're not from round here, are you? And I was just like, well, does it really matter where anybody's from? And all these questions were just going through my head. Well, what does it matter? You know, are they a nice person? Yes or no? Can I giggle with them? Yes or no? Like, are we going to get up to misadventures and mischief together? Yes or no? If it's yes, let's do it. And yeah, and like I said, my mum always taught me to stand up for people. She said, because there's nobody is innocent in bullying. If you're a bystander and you do nothing, you're as guilty as the bully. And so I get a lot of it from my mum. I'm so like my mum, it's unbelievable. And I don't know who's more scared, her or me. Oh, she does make me laugh. She frightens the life out of me, but she does make me laugh. But I just think that one of the things that my ex-husband used to say is, with freedom comes responsibility. And if we've got all these freedoms and other people haven't, what are we doing to enable them or to help them gain their freedoms? You know, whether we are looking at people like Nelson Mandela or Malcolm X, or we're looking at, you know, people like Mother Teresa, you know, and all of these great people that people talk about and they look up to. But okay, well, you can talk about them and you can revere them, or you can become one of them. Why not become one of them? Why not become a great person? Why just look to other people? Become a great person yourself. Be the very best version of yourself, because everybody needs a role model, and you're a role model for somebody, regardless of who you are. Everyone is a role model. And when we step into our power and when we step into our purpose and we actually own who we are, and we stand in our truth and say, I matter. What I think, what I feel, and what I have to say actually matters. When we come from that space, we can all make the world a better place.
Make the world a better place. I like that. I like that. What do you think the key to being able to relate to other folks are when there is that difference there? You talk about what we need to do, but if you said, you know, Shay, in my travels and in my writings, you know, here's one thing or two things that folks can do to be able to connect with other individuals, although there might be some apparent differences, but we can still find some common ground. What do you think that is?
Well, I used to do mixed martial arts, and I know that it doesn't. Yeah, I did.
I keep learning something new about you. No matter what I read, I keep learning something new about you.
They used to call me Scrapper. Yeah, no, I remember Sensei, like we stood in a line, and he was like coming up in our face, like, God, what makes you fight? What makes you fight? And I was like, I just pretend you've hurt my children. And they were like, okay, we're not fighting with her anymore. Okay. But again, it's like we all bruise. Everybody is equal. People talk about having a faith in God, you know, that we're all equal in the eyes of God. Well, if you really truly believe in your faith, then you'll believe that we are all equal. That's the first thing. You can't say you've got a faith in God if you don't believe we're all equal. Because, I mean, if I kick you, you will bruise. Trust me, you will really, really, really will bruise. If I cut you, we all bleed red. And at the end of the day, I mean, if you want to go down the Maslow's hierarchy of human needs, you know, we all want happiness, health, and success of some kind. And even though our success is very different, we're all intrinsically the same. We've all got, like I said, you know, we've all got a nervous system. We've all got a vein system. And when you look, one of the things that I take away and one of the things that I've learned is it doesn't matter whether we're looking at the plant system or the waterways or the vein system in our bodies, or whether we're looking at the solar system, there is a blueprint of life. Mm-hmm. If I was to show you an X-ray of a vein, you really wouldn't be able to tell whether it was a human vein system or a root system in a plant or a tree, or the estuaries and river system. And if you then overlay that on the galaxies, then it's pretty much the same thing there as well. Life is life, and life is important. And if we don't value and respect life, whether it's ours or someone else's, or it belongs to something else, then we don't truly believe in God. We don't, whether we call it God, Allah, Dieu, divine, the universe, science, source, whatever we want to call it. It is an energy, it is an entity, this life force. And, it just makes me I just get all like, oh, it's so powerful. You know, how can we deny it? I mean, I didn't make a tree, did I? Human beings can't make trees. We didn't make the rivers and the waterways. So why not respect it and value it regardless of what it belongs to?
You know, what was one of the biggest challenges just writing the book? You had so much experience that you could have packed into those 3 books. What was one of your biggest
Oh, I
challenges?
did.
You packed a lot in there, but what was one of the biggest challenges just writing that book? There were 3 now, so when I say, you know,
There were 3.
Yeah.
I didn't really think about writing them. I just wrote them. The first one, I guess, was getting the format correct. How am I going to write this? Because the first one covered so many topics. It was like, am I going to write it as articles? And a friend of mine, Joe, who actually came up with the name of the book, Friday Bridge, he was like, stop writing it like it's a load of your articles, Dawn, and just write it. Start to finish, Dawn's life. And I was like, okay. It's a good idea, actually. Yeah, well done. So that was, I suppose, that challenge. The second challenge with Wallahi was, there really wasn't a challenge with that one. It was just sit your ass down and get on with it. Because if you're going to write a book, that's what you do. The third challenge was having to study human rights law, criminal law, and family law, and get out of my own way and actually stop worrying about whether the police and the lawyers that I mentioned in the book would actually come after me. I'm like, you know what, if they'd have done their job properly and they're happy with what they did and they're happy with how they behaved, they're not going to worry about what I've written in the book. You know what? And these people are corrupt and these people need to be brought to task. So I'm just going to write it. So each book was very different. Friday Bridge I wrote over a year. Wallahi I wrote in 7 days. And Crossing the Line took about 2.5 years because I had to fight 2 court cases and study 3 different aspects of law. So I did the equivalent of about a 5-6 year law degree in about 3 years.
Wow.
As well as writing business plans and building a business, coaching other people, and being a single mum.
Yeah, and you did it all. Congratulations to you, man.
Thank you so
you're certainly
much.
a shining example. And for those folks that are watching right now that are tuned in, and they might be, Shay, as we're talking all about that, what's her big why? Like why does she still do this? Why does she still write? Why does she still pour out? Why don't she just sit back, relax, and go find something else to do? But yet she's on a show like this, kind of sharing her experience. Shay, why does Dawn do what she does? I don't know. Let's ask her. What's up, Dawn? Why do you do what you do?
Oh, because I can't not. It's just like, I mean, I just can't not write stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, if I don't write, I mean, people think I'm crazy already, but if I don't write, I think I'd go, I'd go batshit. I really would. I have all this stuff in my head and I see so much and I go, oh, wow. And I hear all these conversations that people are having and I'm just like, well, what are you talking about? Like, seriously, like, you've got no idea. And I really do go off on a bit of a rant sometimes, you know, and, you know, writing is a good way of sharing knowledge. It's a good way of getting people off a computer screen by writing a book. And, you know, I think I'm quite funny. I mean, I have to be funny because I spend so much time by myself. I have to be the funniest person I know because sometimes I just end up talking to plants and like everyone's like, you've been in lockdown too long. I was like, I know. But I just, when you have a purpose and when you have this stuff channeled through you, you can't not do what you do. You can't even, I can't think of anything else I would want to do now. I mean, when I'm at sea, it's just like, give me books, either to write or to read, or to study. I mean, I'm doing a PhD at the moment in international law and social justice, just for good measure. And I love knowledge. And if I love knowledge, then there has to be people out there that also love knowledge. And if I have all this knowledge, how selfish of me to keep it all to myself. Mm-hmm. Why not share it?
And that's exactly what you're doing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, she's sharing. So if she share, you can share. You can look right below the video and hit the share button. Just hit the share button. You can hit the watch party button. You can pay this message forward. Like, yeah, I was waiting for that, Jay. Yeah, share the message. Pay it forward to your organization. Pay it forward to your group, because this is all about serving. And I'm asking a minute, what's her definition of being able to serve? She's serving in a way that not only liberates, but also educates many folks at the exact same time. So talk about the power of being able to serve. I mean, obviously you don't just do this for the money. I mean, you could do some other cool things, but you're still in it and you're doing great things, and you could do something else. So talk about this whole service and what that really means to be able to serve humanity and why that's near and dear to your heart.
I've got 2 boys watching their mother. I got 3 nieces and a nephew watching their auntie. If I can do, I mean, I grew up and I was told I'd be a librarian or a waitress for the rest of my life. And I was like, well, one, I would just be the worst librarian ever, because I'd just be like, shh, I'm reading. But we all need somebody to help us or to motivate us or to inspire us. And anyone who says anything different is just either delusional or lying to themselves. Because nobody's got all the answers. And if you can help somebody, why not do that? My grandfather used to say to me, if you can make someone smile, then it's worth waking up. And I really, we see these videos on YouTube where someone will be laughing and then someone else will start laughing and then someone else will start laughing. And before you know it, you've got a giggle fest going on. And, I like giggling, so excuse me. But I just, to serve is to be human, really. It's to be grateful for everything that you've got and everything that you've been through. And nothing happens to us, it always happens for us. And it happens for us so that we can learn from it, grow from it, and share it. I haven't been through everything that I've been through for me to just sit and wallow in self-pity or victimhood. I've been through it so that I can learn and share, so that other people can, I get stuck on this, as you can probably tell, because for me, I don't understand people who don't want to serve others, who don't want to help others, because there might be a time in our life when we need help. We need someone to serve us, and like you say, it's not about the money. Mm-hmm. Money is a beautiful energy, and by serving other people, it comes to you naturally anyway, when you're in alignment. And if it was all about the money, you could become a drug dealer or a crack whore. You'd make money that way. You could do something illegal. There are just so many different ways. So it's never about the money. And I remember all those years ago when I was a coach, we're called coaches now, but I've been doing this mentoring and coaching business for about 20 years. And I remember saying to one of my first clients, because I was like, it's not about the money. And I was like, okay, well, let's explore that then. And what is it that lights you up? What is it that makes you happy? What makes you want to get out of bed every morning? What are you going to say to your children? Or what are you going to say to your grandchildren? What stories are you going to share with them when you're 90 years old? I mean, I'm aiming for 90. I don't know what age other people are aiming for. Why are you aiming for 90? I'm like, yeah, because, 90 is a good age, I think.
Yeah.
9 decades on the planet is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good number.
Yeah, it's a good number. I'm aiming for 100, but 90, I'll take 90. I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't, after my raving days, I don't quite think I'll make it to 100, but I'm going for 90. I mean, if I can get past 90, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
smashed that one.
And if we don't, we'll never know it, right?
Well, exactly. We're not going to know, are we?
In our own mind, we made it that far, which is really cool. I mean, I love one of the things I admire about you, Don, so far is your heart to give and your heart to serve. She said she has the giggles, but really deep down, she's been able to break this thing down very deeply. I mean, she went a little more than just the surface. Here's the book, and here's why it's here. She's telling you what's in her heart, and it's really hard to get that out of a number of individuals. She's just being very authentic, and the Dawn you see here is the Dawn that she is. You know, I will say that. I will say that. And that's very important. You know, Don, we have this philosophy here. It's one of our core philosophy called Today is my January 1st. And for those folks who know what segment we're moving into, today is my January 1st represents one of those moments where we don't wait for the calendar to say Happy New Year. Every time we wake up and there's an opportunity to make a decision that could forever change the trajectory of our life, that's a January 1st moment. It's a do-over. It's a fresh start. It's our past. That past never equals our future. For those folks that are out there, look right below the video right now. You can write those words. Today is my January 1st. That's right. Today is my January 1st. For those folks that don't know what it is, I want you to imagine that there's a moment throughout the day and you make a decision, and that decision could forever change the trajectory of your life. You make a decision to work out. That's a January 1st moment. Sounds pretty good now, right? Or you decide you're going to sit back and binge watch and watch Netflix all day. January 1st moment. You decide you're going to eat hamburgers and french fries and salt, pepper, ketchup, and mustard. And my sons will probably put some hot sauce. Or you decide you open up the refrigerator.
Gotta have some hot sauce.
Hot sauce, yes. Tabasco sauce.
Oh, do you know what was really funny? Sorry to
What's
interrupt
that?
your flow. The other day, I asked them here in Brazil for some pepper, and they bought me some Tabasco. I was like, no, like...
You're like, I really want some pepper.
Yeah, I was like black pepper, you know, freshly ground and stuff. Okay, I'm going with Tabasco. When in Brazil, do what the Brazilians do. Except I won't be getting one of their teeny tiny little bikinis. My boys don't want to see that.
They don't want to see that. So it's a fresh start. So we have the January 1st moment here. So when I ask the question, today is your January 1st, I wonder what goes through Dawn's mind. What does Dawn hear? What is Dawn thinking? Today is my January 1st. What are you hearing? What's kind of going through your mind right now?
Oh, dear, oh dear. Well, what's going through my mind right now is I'm having a bit of a giggle. I'm enjoying being here today. I'm really grateful that the guys here in this hotel have blessed me by opening up the co-working space out of hours so I can do this. But like you say, every moment is a choice, you know? I mean, as a sailor girl, like sometimes like I go to sleep 2 or 3 times when we're at sea. Like we'll probably get up, I know it's stupid o'clock in the morning. And I could probably wake up twice in a day because I've had to do like a night watch and then what we call dog watch. And so I'll wake up twice in a day and go, right, what day is it? I have no idea. I don't even care, actually. I have no idea what time zone I'm in. I don't even know which ocean I'm on at the moment sometimes. And every moment is the moment to choose. Mm-hmm. Every moment, you know, do I have this water now or do I just wait a little bit longer? You know, it's exciting. Yeah. Knowing that every day you get to choose, it's just like, oh my God, what can I choose today? Yay.
Every moment you get an opportunity to choose, and today is your January 1st. Happy New Year, no matter where you are. Now, she's over, Absolutely. You're in Brazil now, right? Off the coast somewhere?
Yeah, I'm on a tiny island off the coast of Brazil.
Okay, that's where she is now. She spends most of her time at sea, by the way. And she's there, and today is her January 1st. So happy New Year to you, by the way. Folks, they always write today is my January 1st. They get excited, just like they were on December 31st. After a couple drinks on the back of a napkin, they start writing down these goals, and they go away, right? They might be excited now. I guess my question to you is, how do you be consistent? I mean, 17 books, 3 books over here. You're writing other books. You're back and getting a PhD. You're at sea. You're hanging out with your sons. I mean, what's your secret sauce to being consistent and at least write? Even today, she came on. I said, well, let's get together in 10 minutes. I'll go write another 700 words. I'm like, this lady is consistent or she's crazy. I'm not sure which one, but she certainly enjoys what she's doing. So take a moment and tell us, what's your secret? How do you remain consistent?
I don't know. I really don't. I just know that, you know what, I'm just excited. Let's just get it done. If you say you're going to do something, you better have the integrity behind it to make sure you sit your backside down and you get it done. Or, you know, it's like, I want to be the very best version of myself all the time. And even if that means I'm going to have a gluten-free vegan burger that's pure organic, then I'm going to enjoy that burger. And then about an hour later, I'm going to dance my backside off in my room and just have a bit of a loony moment, you know, and just, you know, those kids that run around and go like, you know, it's just, life is for living. And it's just like, why waste a moment of it? It could be gone tomorrow. It could be gone in half an hour. I might not wake up tomorrow. Why not give it my best shot today? Every day is Judgment Day. I mean, you're saying every day is January the 1st, but every day is Judgment Day. When I get into bed tonight, have I given it my best shot? Have I made someone laugh? Have I made someone feel good about themselves? Have I felt good about myself? You know, what have I done to make the world a better place today? And if I have... I mean, I remember when I was in Buenos Aires and we were in lockdown, every day, I mean, I was like, okay, my word for the last year was dance. And I went to Argentina. I was like, I'm going to go and learn how to do some Latin dance. And then we went into lockdown. I was like, right then, how can I do this? So I went online and I ordered the figure 8 fitness with a woman called Jana Konitz, sorry, Jana, if I pronounce your name incorrectly. And I was like, I'm just going to learn how to do the Latin dance, even if it's Latin dance fitness. I danced every single day. I love it. I love the Paso Doble. Oh my God. My thighs might burn after a Paso Doble session, but hey, who cares? Author arse is really a thing. And, you know, and it's like, I remember one day I got into bed about 10 o'clock at night. I went, I haven't done any exercise today, like proper exercise. My body's not tired. Right then, got straight out of bed and went and did a 52-minute Latin dance fitness session. Went and had a shower and then put my music on it. People that know me know that I like to sing and dance in the shower. And I really think that anybody who's designing bathrooms, so all of you out there who are designing bathrooms, some of the things you really need to implement in the shower. You need to have non-slip tiles. You also need to have a disco ball. Angel Tussey will be agreeing with me here. Disco balls really are a thing that's needed in a shower. And if we could have shower heads with the multicolored lights that spin around while we're dancing in the shower and singing, that would be even better.
That's like super cool. It's crazy.
That's like a proper
It's crazy.
shower, right?
Yeah.
But you got to have a Bose sound system because Bose are the best sound systems, and I really want them to install Bose system on my boat when I pick it up in Redondo.
Wow, that is cool. You know, for folks that are out there that want to know, how can they stay in a conversation with you? How can they connect with you? How can they follow you? How can they stay in the conversation with you over and beyond where we are today? How would you suggest and tell the folks how they can best connect with you?
Well, I have, I use the social media tag Real Dawn Bates, you know, because you've got to keep it real, right? And it's about keeping your feet on the ground. I mean, having a giggle. So people can either find me on Facebook under Real Dawn Bates. I mean, we're connected. They can, I don't know if you have your friendship list open, but, they can send me a friendship request. They can follow me on Instagram, or if they want to go and read my books and send me an email, they can go to my website, dawnbates.com. Keep it simple. Put your name
everyone go to
it.
dawnbates.com right now. You're going to find her on social media. I know you're already looking for her anyway. I know how this works. They already said, well, who is this person? She's got the giggles.
Who's
But
this
yet
crazy
she's so
woman?
serious. Even with the giggles, she's so serious, Shay. Like, she comes right at you, although she laughs and she jokes, but she don't play. Y'all notice she's like a straight shooter. So go over to www.dawnbates.com. Again, www.dawn, D-A-W-N, Bates.
Not D-O-R-N.
Uh-huh.
I've had D-O-R-N. I'm like, no.
No.
It's D-A-W. It's like the sunrise. I bring the light to every day, Shay.
Dawn Bates, BATES.com. Go over there and follow the instructions. You can find her on social media as well. We're moving to a segment now called Rapid Fire. And Rapid Fire is one of my favorite segments because we get to ask whatever questions on our mind. And Dawn can answer or she can take a pass. But one of my favorite questions, Dawn, that I ask every single time, and I get so serious about this because this is where we really get to learn. It's where we really get to tune in. Is of all the mentors you've had along this journey of life, and you've had so many mentors, what's one lesson you learned from one of your mentors that you're going to pass along to us? And if you out there watching now, you can lean into the camera, like seriously, like just lean in. Like, I got to move the mic. You don't have to do that. You just lean in. There you go. When you lean in, just do your hands like this, because Dawn's about to share at least one lesson that she had that you might not meet her mentor, but you get the lesson. All right, Dawn, what's one of the lessons you learned from one of your mentors?
Well, I'm going to give you a little bit of a curveball mentor here.
I love it.
My greatest mentor is the ocean.
Talk to us about that.
She doesn't care who you are. She doesn't care where you come from. She doesn't care how big you are, how small you are. She doesn't care what language you speak. If we're all equal on the ocean. She's wild. She's calm. She is really deep. She can be really shallow. She's full of life. And she keeps it real. She doesn't care. And she changes every moment of every day. She's one of the most beautiful. She's life. She's made of water. We're made of water. The ocean, she's the best mentor, and everyone can access her. Everyone. And she's free. And there's I was talking to my coach this morning, and we were talking about me going sailing. I got really emotional. I get the thought of being out on the ocean, just days away from land. She will teach you the deepest, darkest secrets of your life. Mm-hmm. If you are not of sound mind, she will bring it out of you. She doesn't care. When you're surrounded by 360-degree views of ocean and sky. Oh, hello, what's that noise?
Sorry. That's my side. I got it.
I was like, what's that? She makes you go deeper than you've ever been. And she will confront you with everything. And when the storms come, she will throw whatever at you. You got to be ready to deal with it. So the ocean's my best mentor. She's my biggest, my most powerful mentor I've ever had.
Yeah. You mentioned you have two sons, and let's say they get a hold of this two sons, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Let's imagine they get a hold of this long lost video file, and they're watching it this moment in time.
They go, oh God, what's she talking about now?
And there was a message from mom to them just about perseverance, just about being a champion, just about being a kind human
cry in
being.
a minute. You're going to make me cry in a minute. I haven't seen them for 18 months.
Okay, well, I don't want you to cry, so I won't mention that then. I just want to know what message you would have for them.
No, go ahead.
My question was going to be really what message you have for them to be kind human beings one day, because they may see this. And I think you said they're 14 and 18 as of this recording or this date and time. Mm-hmm. And so they may see this one day and look back, and they're getting a message from mom on, what it means and takes to be just a kind human being. What would you say to them?
I'm watching. And I would do the emoji. I have the favorite emoji, where the eyebrow goes up. I can't do that emoji. I send that to them quite regularly. But just be yourself. Mm-hmm. Just go out there and be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else, because I love you the way you are. You just, there.
Yeah.
Just be true. True to you.
Be true to you.
And I love you. Yeah. Mama loves you, boys.
Mama loves you. I love it. I love it. What would you say to the person that's watching right now? She said, she's talking about live life, Shay. She's talking about be free. She's into making sure there's equality in the world. And then she's saying that my situation, I just don't feel like I'm good enough. I don't think I'm enough. I'm not too tall. I'm not short enough. I'm not fat enough. I'm not skinny enough. And sometimes I look in the mirror, no matter, everyone else thinks things are just fine. But I keep telling myself I'm not good enough. What would you say to that person? And I know it's a loaded question, but I'm just curious what goes through your mind, because there might be someone watching saying, she's been able to do it. That's cool. But man, I'm just not good enough. What would you say to that person?
We've all been there. Some of us are still there. It's about choosing confidence. Sometimes every minute. But sometimes it's every hour. Sometimes, we're all there on a different level. It's like, am I a good enough mother? The fact that I haven't seen my children in 18 months, I've chosen this. But you got to choose yourself. Because unless you choose you, and unless you love you, how can anybody else choose and love you? But you're just beautiful, whoever you are. And what people see and what people imagine to be true about others, it's just what they've made up. We've all got insecurities. We've all got fears. Will I ever see my parents again alive? Will I ever see my children again? Will I be able to write this next book and make it a success? Will I be a good enough coach? We've all got these things that go through our heads. You're not different to anybody else, but you just got to love yourself. You really have.
Yeah. Shout out to the one and only Tina Torres, and for connecting us together, and so we can have this moment, so this message can be shared. She's an incredible human being. She would say, "Be grateful."
She is.
She gets the giggles as well.
Oh,
she's funny, man.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, she's great. Take a moment to talk about the power of collaboration. Although you're at sea, you're still connected to folks through the power of these fiber optic lines right now. And talk about just the whole power of community and the power of collaboration, and just in whatever pops into your mind right now.
I don't think, as Tina will tell you, this is probably not the show for me to tell you what's going through my head right now.
Okay.
She's probably just burst out laughing right now at that point. But collaboration, it's like, gone are the days of a lone wolf. Wolves run in packs, and dogs run in packs, and, you have a herd. I was going to say a herd, you can have a herd of cows, pride of lions. But the most successful groups on the planet, they all run together. So collaborating, you get to achieve more. You get to have a lot more giggles. You get to serve a lot more people. You get to save money. You get to make money, which means that you can gift more things. It's like I was saying to people yesterday, I could not get to where I am today without the people that have supported me, cheered me on, and actually helped me. And people that say they're a self-made millionaire, no, you're not. You didn't get there by yourself. You had a team of people cheering you on. No one's a self-made millionaire, and anyone that calls themselves a self-made millionaire is delusional. I keep saying that, don't I, that they're delusional. There's a lot of delusional people on the planet. But no one's a self-made millionaire. No one does anything by themselves. You can't even give birth by yourself. You got to have the baby inside wanting to come out, because if that baby doesn't want to come out, that baby's not coming out. So even that's teamwork,
Mm-hmm.
And you think that you might be doing everything by yourself, but when you collaborate with people, it's so much more fun. Gosh, why wouldn't you want to have fun? Like, seriously,
Yeah.
you know, and you get more ideas, right? And you get to go, oh, that's a good idea. Or, oh, no, actually not. That's probably not a wise idea. I mean, my Jerry, who works with me, he's worked with me for a long time. He keeps me out of trouble. I call him Uncle Jerry, right? He's like, Dawn, you're not putting that on the back of your book. I'm like, why? He goes, because you're not. I was like, all right, Jerry, I'm not going to do that then. I'm not going to argue with Jerry. There are not many people I will not argue with. I mean, I'll pretty much argue with a lot of people. You know, I call it a healthy debate or healthy discussion. But
Sure.
Jerry, when Jerry says no, Dawn, okay, Jerry, I'm not going to do that then.
Well, second to last question.
Go on then.
What does happiness look like for you these days? What does it look like?
Just what's happening? It looks like life.
Okay.
You know, looking at the ocean or looking forward to my boys or smashing out another 10,000 words a day or going. Like the other night, I was in the pool and there was this music on and I was doing a water meditation and the music ramped up. So I started dancing to some like serious hard music and I'm lying on my back and I'm actually dancing as I'm floating through the water and I'm like having a proper little moment for about an hour. So it wasn't a moment, it was about an hour. And just choosing to be happy in every moment, Shay. That's what happiness is, just choosing happiness. Choosing to just be.
Just be. Choose and just be.
Just be.
You're all here with the one and only Dawn Bates. You can find her over at www.dawnbates.com. Again, www.dawnbates.com. I'm going to suggest you connect with her, follow her. You can find her on Instagram, as she mentioned. I think she said Real Dawn Bates, because she keeps it real, by the way. RealDawnBates.com. But I know y'all know how to go to Instagram. I know y'all know how to find her on Google. I know y'all going to find her and follow her anyway. Let me first say thank you so much, Dawn, for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. I love what Tina said. She said, Shay, you don't have to have any questions. There doesn't have to be any script. Just have a conversation. And I said, are you sure? Just have a conversation and just talk with her. And that's what we did this evening. And y'all got to eavesdrop on this private conversation with several thousand people eavesdropping and 10,000 plus more watching. I know you're out there, but it's good. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to turn it over to Dawn to have any final thoughts or comments that she want to have to empower and inspire you and leave you with words of encouragement. Sometimes I ask people if they can do it, and they say, I don't have time, Shay. I can't do it. She said, I'm all in, Shay. If we were gambling, she takes all her chips and said, I'm all in, and pushed them in the middle and said, let's do this thing. So thanks a lot, Dawn. I really appreciate it. Can't wait to have you back. Can't wait to meet you. Can't wait to get on the boat, by the way. And I do hope we have that bowl system so we can jam, baby. We can jam out there. That'll be a lot of fun. Over to you for your final thoughts and comments. Thank you for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And thank you to Tina for hooking us up and, just the amazing people that have tuned in. And those of you who have shared as well and commented, and just grateful to be alive and be able to share with you all. And I would just say, just to choose you and trust yourself. Trust yourself to trust yourself. Just to go with the flow and have lots of fun. Life's for living, not for wasting. Just go be.
Just go be and have fun. She always says that. Go be, have fun. And she likes to have the giggles. And those are true, real giggles. That ain't stuff she making up for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. She came on giggling. I'm like, okay, is she all right? And she was like, having fun, hanging out. Let me first say thank you all for watching. For those hit the share button, thank you for hitting the share button. That's the way to give a digital applause. Hit that share button. Once again, pay this message forward to your tribe, to your individuals. And for those folks out make sure you connect with us, stay in the conversation. I want you to know that you've got greatness inside you. I want you to know that you are incredible. You can be a kind human being, and that's one of the things I admire about the point you drove home, you can be a kind human being. You can do something for someone else, and you can still be blessed. Because today is your January 1st. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember, time is long. Life, on the other hand, I'm telling you, is very, very short. You got to live in the moment, and you got to make it count. God bless, and we wish you success. Thanks a lot, Dawn. I appreciate it. You rock. I'll see you at sea one day. We out of here, everyone. Peace. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless.